One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. Ultimately, after endless rebuffs, it succeeds. This is one of the few points in which one may be optimistic about the future of mankind. The virtuous man contents himself with dreaming that which the wicked man does in actual life. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. A man should not strive to eliminate his complexes, but to get into accord with them. They are legitimately what directs high conduct in the world. Friendship is an art of keeping distance, while love is an art of intimacy. Thought is action in rehearsal. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. People do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. The first human who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. A layman will no doubt find it hard to understand how pathological disorders of the body and mind can be eliminated by mere words. He will feel that he is being asked to believe in magic. In the small matters trust the mind, in the large ones the heart. The conscious mind may be compared to a fountain playing in the sun and falling back into the great subterranean pool of subconscious from which it rises. Love and work, work and love, that's all there is. The ego is not master in its own house. The more perfect a person is on the outside, the more demons they have on the inside. Time spent with cats is never wasted. We are what we are because we have been what we have been, and what is needed for solving the problems of human life and motives is not moral estimates but more knowledge. Public self is a conditioned construct of the inner psychological self. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is what does a woman want? He that has eyes to see and ears to hear may convince himself that no mortal can keep a secret. If his lips are silent, he chatters with his fingertips. Betrayal oozes out of him at every pore. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. The intention that man should be happy is not in the plan of creation. A woman should soften but not weaken a man. Where does a thought go when it's forgotten? Experience teaches us that the world is not a nursery. Future ages will produce further great advances in this realm of culture, probably inconceivable now, and will increase man's likeness to a god still more. It is impossible to escape the impression that people commonly use false standards of measurement.